Capalaba. This is episode 1 of Brisbane skate parks, or maybe skate parks are great at Brisbane. What's going on? I don't know. I'll find out. As you can see, the name is still in the works. First thing you might notice is Youth Plaza. So they straight up don't really call it a skate park. One of the things that always kind of stumped me about this park is, like, you know, when they were building it, what were they thinking? I guess you'll come to see why'd they do some of the things that they did. And I think this name right here kind of answers a bit of that question. You can see here that they say it's designed for skateboarders, BMX bikes, inline skaters and scooters. And I feel like that may have been the intention in the beginning, but it's definitely, I guess calling it more than that is like kind of generous, but it's kind of, yeah, a youth plaza. Before I get into an anecdote, you can check here. Do not ride the plaza if damaged, or I can't fucking read. You know, you can read it for yourself. But the main thing to remember here is it says rocks or glass and damage. I'll be making reference to that later. I guess I'll jump right into the anecdote about the youth plaza. This place, I guess being a youth plaza, there's sort of I guess positives and negatives. It's a very street feeling park, but yeah, also since it's sort of in between a skate park and a public park, sometimes you just get shit happening. Like one time I was here and these people just rocked up, started setting up tables right in the middle of everything. There was probably about 10 people skating here at the time. Yeah, and they set up and they're like, oh, we're Triple M, we're doing this. I was like, oh, cool, okay, Triple M, like rock and roll radio station. Turns out it was some kind of like Christian youth group type thing. And yeah, they had like some hip hop battle and stuff like that. But yeah, so he just kind of set up in the middle of everybody skating, and I think a kid got run over and like no one even blinked. It was just like collateral. But yeah, the plus side of everything feeling street is like, you can check this shit out, like things like the sign being a sort of a wall ride, a lot of ledge type features, plaza type features, as you'll see in a bit. They kind of give it a unique feel. It's very street. Walk and talk. Beautiful winter's day, excellent weather. This place was pretty high tech when they first built it. It had like lights under the ledges. You can still probably see some remnants of, you know, what could have been. You can see lights all over the place. It was meant to be like a really good skate park. I think the local legend has it that this ain't my words, the emo kids came and smashed all the lights. I feel like, you know, it's pretty believable, but I don't like to tar the emos with that brush. Who fucking knows? It's kids at a skate park. But yeah, that was early on. That was like, shit, I'd done no research. I don't even remember when this park was built. Here we go, first gaff. I'm gonna guess 2005. This is that plaza kind of stuff. It's like, what are you meant to do with it? Don't really know. Is it kind of like a picnic area? Is it meant to be ornamental? It's a shared space. I'll pay it, I don't mind. But yeah, what were they thinking? But it's kind of nice. It's one of the few parks where they empty the bin. I respect that. This ledge here is actually pretty sick. Looking around, you can see this place has a lot of lights. Not all of them work, but this one does. And so if you come here for a night skate, this ledge is actually a great height, and it's also lit up. But another kind of what the fuck were they thinking kind of moment is, this didn't used to be here. This used to be like a gap. That whole black part of concrete, that was just a gap. It dropped down to a lower section of concrete. And I guess it's kind of cool. It's like a street style gap, but I don't know. I really question the decision making sometimes. Anyway, they filled it in. They did like a do-over of a few things. Got rid of some stuff, added some stuff. But great ledge, great height, great length. Pretty good run up both sides. And you know, you can do it in a line. Anyway, moving on. I guess on that side you can see a kind of a shitter ledge. It's still pretty good, but sometimes it's just like, you know, a little too street. This flat bar, it's like since its inception, since its birth, nobody has respected this rail. Somebody's waxed it though, so maybe I'm wrong. I think one of the biggest issues anybody here has with Capalaba skate park is the cobblestone. I've heard it questioned by many people, friends, fellow skaters, random, you know, one-hit wonder homies from other parks. Who thought of this? It's great aesthetically, sure, but like I said, I'd reference like don't skate if there's rocks or damage or something. All this shit is rocks and damage. I don't know. It makes me feel like a bitter old man thinking about this shit. This spot here, I don't really know what to call it besides the landing for the insane 13 stair. This section here is interesting. It does flow into a few things. We got Lonely Rail over here. We got the ledge to the long two. We got this 3 stair here with, I guess, what could be called an out ledge and a little grass gap. So it's not like for nothing, but they really did commit a lot of resources to what appears to mainly be a landing section for this huge 13 stair. This is like, this is an X Games level obstacle. Big set of balls if you do that one. It's a great spot for a game of skate. This is usually where nighttime games of skate end up once again because it's one of the few working lights. It's here. The lights are another note. Like, this is between 2 soccer fields, and the soccer fields have like, I wouldn't say stadium grade lights, but they're pretty bright. And the lights there, they just shit all over this one. I think these lights shut off at about 10. The soccer field lights shut off at about 8, maybe 9. And yeah, going from field lights to skate park lights, it sometimes feels like you might as well turn all of them off. Obviously that's a glass half empty kind of vibe, but I'm not apologizing for shit. Yeah, kind of like the Minotaur's maze. It's like some of these paths are just meant to lead you to nothing. I don't know, I'm being harsh. It kind of loops around, but it's, why'd they do it? Why did they do it? Yet another piece of lonely concrete real estate to forget to maintain. The bowl though, that's maintained. I got a story for that one. This footpath, it just, it just goes to the parrot tree. Alright, I'd say this bowl is this park's greatest feature. I don't really skate that much transition myself, but my God, do I respect it. Some of these obstacles are pretty wild in the same way that the 13 stair is just like really hectic. It's not really wasted because I have seen some people shred this stuff. Tony Hawk himself came here incognito. You can find footage of that. But yeah, like that rail is huge. Doing anything bowl related on that and then back in. Ledge is big. This wall behind me is huge. I've only ever seen one guy almost do something on it. There was like this drunk dude who rocked up and all the kids were egging him on to drop in. It was like, I don't give a fuck, I'll do it. And climbed up on top of the wall, and I thought I was gonna see someone die that day. Thankfully he didn't do it. Oh man, yeah, he was a mess. Yeah. Very interesting choice. Manual pad that goes straight to, what is that, 8-foot quarter. Yeah, this bowl has seen some shit. Couch fires, paint sniffing. Oh man, it's the works burger of bowls. And I see it's recently been repainted. You can see the black. This is a recent development for me. I don't know how many years ago this was, but I kind of know why they did it. Like, this was some of the most racist graffiti I've ever seen in this bowl. And most weirdly specific to, you know, no particular slurs come to mind right now, but they got creative with it. So I think that's why they've painted this black. But yeah, it's kind of a double-edged sword. You get to hide its dark racist path, but you replace it with a dark, more or less morally neutral lack of vision. Especially on a day like this, beautiful winter's day, bright sun, not a cloud in the sky, coming up to these corners, they are very dark. And my eyeballs don't possess that optic power to distinguish between, you know,
You all right?
what's a friendly transition and what's going to get me. More of this, got some cobblestone and some damage. And, you know, you tell me.
What is that?
This, I can only assume it's a seat of some kind. I'm not going to say it's not skatable, but also I do wonder like what it's all about. It's, in terms of skateboarding, it's kind of in a way. In terms of like recreational space, just in general, families, picnic stuff, it's not near any kind of barbecue section or anything. This place gets a, you know, if anybody's skating this or that, the 6-stair rail or the grass gap and modern art installation over there, then this gets a bit of traffic. This, let's call it the wheelchair ramp. Raises a lot of questions. It gets points for being a very unique obstacle. How many skate parks have whatever this is? Not many, if any. It's kind of cool. It's sort of like a Euro. It's sort of like a rail. I think I saw a clip of some locals. They got like a cool gap to feeble down this. I was very impressed with that. That kind of stuck with me. And I guess there's this grass gap on the side, which is really quite big, I'd say, but it always looks smaller on footage, which is, I guess, the opposite of what you want. Yeah, they really cleaned up the gardens here. That's cool. Those guys are making out. The second best feature, this is the 100-meter run, or that's what it was hyped as. It really is one of a kind. I don't know why a 100-meter run just ends with nothing. I guess it's like when your favorite TV series is like great in the middle seasons and then, you know, they just decide to end it. That's it. That's what you get.
Sopranos.
Yeah.
Abruptly.
This is the Sopranos of Skateparks. Nah, maybe not. But maybe. I don't know. I second guess myself a lot. That is a very good analogy. I like it. It's very unique. 100 meters of, you know, street section. Very strange choice of having the sort of the metal coping run through the whole thing. It's aesthetically pleasing, I'll give it that. And maybe it used to have something to do with the lights, like maybe it's got some of the electrical stuff going through there. But, you know, so much for that.
Maybe the park was sponsored by a steel mill.
Maybe they got a, yeah, maybe they got a sponsorship. I mean, I guess it's not uncommon for local businesses to, yeah, sponsor, what would you even call this? Recreational space. Yeah, and this place is like pretty industrial, I suppose. Anyway, if you look here, you'll see more of a footpath just going wherever it wants. One of the signature features of all the ledges in this 100-meter run is they're all curved, which I quite like. It's very unique, doesn't detract from anything, and you can get kind of creative with it, weird slappy stuff. I think it's very accessible for beginners. I'd say this park has something for like very beginners and very advanced, as you can tell from the huge bowl features and the 13 stair with multiple handrails. Just mind-blowingly difficult. The one thing it probably doesn't have for beginners is a beginner level transition. So like that right there, that's the smallest transition here. And by no means is that a beginner's obstacle. I'd call that, I don't know. I'd say I'm somewhere in the middle, like intermediate, and that thing spooks me. You could drop in that, and for a beginner, that is a feat. This 2 flat 3 stair is interesting. It's very long. It's quite an accessible, I guess, when you first start to do stairs, you want to do bigger and bigger stairs, and this is kind of like when everybody's talking about like, oh, whoa, I heard Homie did a 7 stair. It's like, this one's a 5 stair, but it's still pretty big. So it's, I don't know, if you've got the stair fever and you're starting out, this one's pretty cool. And then also on the other side, like, I don't think this used to be the case. Like, I think that was put in later, but they've replaced the other side with just sort of flat slopes. And that's kind of a Euro as well. Here's some more of that cobblestone. Thankfully this one's not too in the way of anything, and it's kind of like, I imagine this is a good spot for sitting. Soccer field's over there. There's some shade. This one kind of makes sense to me. A barbecue wouldn't be out of place here. And I guess you can also use this as like an obstacle over from one side. One of the key things about these, I guess you call them ledges or seats. They were always like the wooden stuff on the sides. They always had the wooden coping, which didn't really make sense because I don't know how everyone else thinks of the physics, but the trucks are way harder than the wood, so it's like destined to stick. They did slide a little. I don't know why they did that. Obviously someone has come in, another good Samaritan, put some metal coping on top of the wood. So I guess I'll test this out. I haven't seen it before, but it looks like it'd slide pretty well. Yeah, but as you can see the other side, this is the material that it was from the beginning. Splintery, arse cheek hating. Actually, yeah, now that I think about it, it's not even good for sitting. Well, it's good for sitting. I guess I'm just a seat snob. That's not practical. That's my thing. I'll sit on it. I'm not above sit. I've sat on more fucked things than this, but it's the principle of it. The principle. I don't know why I'm looking at this. I guess I'll talk a little bit about this section. This is a really good area to transition a very big bowl, a huge, let's call it 8-foot. 8-foot bowl into a street section, and it's kind of clunky and awkward, but it's really nice. They've turned the high spot into a 3-block or 4-block, and they've stepped this one down. It gives it a very plaza-y feel. It's cool. I back it. This is kind of steep, but you know, I'm not that good at skating, so people can definitely skate this well. I guess I'm unnecessarily curious. But why? Why all of this? Why? I guess that I'm not going to beat myself up about why. The whole point of this is why. What the fuck am I talking about? Gotta let it go. But this safety rail, yeah. This is a recurring theme in this place where it actually looks kind of expensive. Like, it's aesthetically pleasing, cool sort of just sort of a glitch in the matrix kind of piece of handrail. Not particularly skatable, not really not skatable. I don't know. This is kind of like fencing half of your pool. Like, why would you do it? Kids could still run in and drown. And fuck it, I'm not gonna get into that. I'll just show you more rails. More rails. Strange cobblestone again. This one doesn't bother me too much because there's no landing. They put this grass in the middle, which I believe might be for some kind of plumbing reasons. But that's speculation. You know, that ain't official. But yeah, like, is this protecting someone? Is it aesthetic? Is there a really creative way to skate this that I haven't seen? Like, you know, maybe my skate goggles aren't focused enough. I think maybe it's just this whole place is sort of like a... I think somebody looked at like brutalism and they were like, you know, on surface level, like, yeah, let's do that. It's a very big 3-block. It looks good on footage. And also, if you're feeling ballsy, there's the 4-block, and the 4-block into bank. It's got a good run up, unlike the 13 stair behind you. I guess it's okay, but they got these like seats for onlookers. They got this cobblestone, they got this. I mean, I guess you can, get the run up from there and ollie up, but if you got punk ass legs like me, then that'll fatigue you and then you'll just eat shit. Big dreams.
Recording, man.
This is, I think this was my first 8 stair. I remember feeling like a big man. This park has a 6 stair, an 8 stair, and a 13 stair. It has a 2 flat 3, it has a 3 stair, and a 2 stair. It's got stairs for everyone. This place wants to be stepped. Also, like, this is just a really good height for handrails. I never had the balls to do this one, but it's just, if I was to suddenly grow a pair and do it, this would be the place. This one's a combination of all the stuff that confuses me about this park. I mean, I guess you could sort of argue it's like a lookout section, but it's got a lighting up whatever this is. I call it nothing. A path going out to nowhere. One of these strange signature Capalaba ledges or seats, or whatever you want to call that. It's got some of the cobblestone as well, and it's got the handrail that serves no purpose. Aesthetically, this one corner here is a complete snapshot of what's wrong with this park. This sounds negative. This is a great park, but this here is every questionable decision rolled into one. Weird ledge, cobble, handrail. I don't know if this light works. I don't think this is one of the working lights, but trying to estimate the cost, anything over $100, I don't understand this. And it was definitely over $100. You heard it here first. Maybe they just had spare resources, I don't know. Ethan, you've cracked the code. They were spending money to make sure the budget was thick for the next year. More seats, more damage, more cobble, a light. Although this is actually, I really like this section. This is a truly unique spot. Except maybe like Flagstone. I think Flagstone has something similar, but this is cool. More of the cobble. This is where that weird Christian Triple M thing, this is where they set up and they had like some kind of hip hop rap battle thing going. This place used to have a PowerPoint, and I really back that. That's like, I'd call that a necessity in modern recreational spaces. A bit of mise-en-scène there. A bunch of birds flying through the sky, working together. Who calls the shots? I don't think any one of the birds knows who calls the shots, but they're all doing what they see the other ones doing. Poetic, yeah. This here, centerpiece of the 100-meter run. This is probably one of the best street obstacle designs I've ever seen. It's a manu pad, it's stairs, it's ledges, it's a gap. It's the whole thing. You can focus on it for a line, or you can completely overlook it and roll through, or just use it to pick up speed. This is very nice. On this side, it's a step up, like one stair size manual pad, coming down to sort of a gently sloping, as all skate parks seem to be built on boggy marshland, just like cheap real estate. So too this one slopes. Yeah, out ledge. Here we can get a good look at what used to be lights underneath the ledge. Easy access. To be young and reckless again. Boy, do I, on some level, envy that pure destructive power. A lot of these obstacles, they remind me of my friend Ray Ray. Everything I look at, I see the ghost of Ray Ray doing something on it, so shout out to Ray Ray.
Weekly skater shout out.
Yeah, actually that'd be pretty good. And I should also mention, all this talk of ghost of Ray Ray, shout out to Ray Ray. Ray Ray's alive and kicking, he's good. I just, shout out to Ray Ray. Pretty much concluding the tour. This is 2-stair with manual pad out ledge. It's solid, it's good. I got a lot of beef with this park, as do a lot of people, but it's good. I think a solid analogy is it's kind of like the government. A lot of resources, very privileged position. It's just objectively we're very lucky here. So when we see our government phone it in, it's kind of like so much wasted potential and questionable resources. But like you cracked the code before, maybe they were just blowing money. I don't know. It's a good park though. That said, just like Australia, we're very lucky to be here. Actually, fuck it. I don't want to get this political. I'm going to stop talking about that shit.
You want to take two?
Nah, I'll keep going. I apologize for nothing. The politics is within me. It can't be helped. I analogized it like somebody shitting on your birthday cake and telling you to eat around it. It's like nice to have a birthday cake, but I wish they didn't shit in it. Good facilities. It's got drink taps. It's got bins. It's got restaurants nearby. It's got shops. It used to have a skate biz nearby. So, you know, if you snapped the board, you could just go there. It's got a bunch of other random facilities. Futsal court / basketball, netball court, multi-purpose court. It's a really solid park and one of the best options for a night skate if you're nearby. The locals are very nice. I think I've only ever, out of coming here maybe, let's say 40, 50 times in my life for a skate, I probably only ever had problems with somebody once, which is very good. That's a tricky one. I haven't figured out an objective criteria for skateboard.
We could add that bit later to voiceover or something.
Yeah, we could. I was thinking about it before as well though. Like, a star rating is a good way to put it into perspective for people, but I feel like a lot of people have a review where they don't do, like they just give it something stars out of 10 and that's it. But like if there's a criteria for how you get those stars and how you lose stars, like say, you know, having a transition, very skatable, very nice transition with coping that doesn't stick out, that might be a star. But then, you know, when they put a ledge at the bottom so you can't skate it, that should lose 2 stars because it's like, you know, just teasing your dick or your clit. That's right. Or your prostate. Or your including all 3 of the main sex organs. The dick, the clit, and the prostate. So I'd probably give this park something for the dicks, something for the clits, and something for the prostates. Out of 10, off the top of my head, let's say a 7. But you know, I'm a bit snobby.
I'd give it a prostates and half a foot out of 5 dips.
Yeah, my man.
Is that all?
Thanks for watching.